Hey, there we go. All right. YouTube page is up. All right, so here's the thing, right? I ordered the food while I was signing up, and then it arrived a little sooner than I expected. So I may be silent for a bit as I chew through this giant bowl of spicy pork. Oopsies. Oops. So let's just chill today a little bit while I go through my food. There isn't a lot to talk about because preparations for Evo is basically going to take up the rest of the week. And then the week after, I plan to not stream leading up to Evo. Although I might try to do a video blog while I'm there, because now that I have the material for it, right, like a harness and everything, to put the phone, should be fun. Should be fine. GG, welcome to the stream. But yeah, give me a second. I do have a pork bowl on me, so I need to take a couple of bites before I starve to death. But yeah, let's go over what we did this week. Not a whole lot, actually. Honkai Star Rail dropped its new story content that was fun to play through. The boss kicked my ass once, but now that we figured out how to take care of the targeting issues, it was less of a problem. It's nice to have a proper tank, you know? Shit's going down with the VTuber community because another corporate talent has declared their retirement. Mr. Rios, which I haven't been watching for a bit because his materials not too much of overlap with my spheres of interests. But I do respect the guy a lot because he was clearly struggling with depression for a long time and still managed to put out content for nearly 2 years. But he's burned out. His official statement in his stream about it was that he burned out doing content for that long stretch, and what just wasn't finding much fun in VTubing anymore. Which I get. I had a job with a really public-facing nature to that job a couple years back in 2016, 2018-ish. That demanded pretty much everything from me and gave very, very little back. So I know exactly what burnout is like. I know how it feels. I know how it affects your mental processes. I gained so much weight in the wake of it. Was left on unemployment at the end of it for a long time because fuck everything about a job, including especially the owner. God, what a fucking prick of a tech bro that was. But ultimately, it didn't work out, right? And it left me with very, very little to myself and very little will to live in afterwards. And it took a long time before I could say that I was mentally healthy again. In fact, I attribute a lot of my weight loss to the fact that I was making strong strides towards recovery instead of the other way around. Usually people say that if you want to be healthier, have better mental health or everything, you should focus on weight loss. But let me tell you something. It's really fucking impossible to do anything in terms of self-maintenance if you are down at the nadir of depression and self-loathing, right? When you are so burned out that the will to live is in itself a scarce resource, taking care of yourself physically is a whole nother sort of demand, right? It is a whole nother sort of demand. The fact that I have been able to lose so much weight in such a relatively short amount of time is heavily attributed to the fact that my mental health has recovered rather than the other way around. So when I heard that Mr. Rios was retiring because he was just burned out, I'm just thinking, Yeah, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. This is a hard ass gig, especially at the level of exposure he was at. And if he simply can't deal with it anymore, no amount of money, no amount of resources, no amount of fortune is going to be enough to fix that fact, right? For him. He just needs a completely different context for a while. And the thing about burnout is that you can't simply like take a weekend and be recovered. You can't even take a week off and be recovered, right? That shit hits deep. Like, it is a neurological injury. You can trace the injury it does to your brain. And that takes years and years of either active effort to resolve, which will probably be a faster way to do it, or to let it heal naturally. And in order for that to happen, you need to take yourself out of the context that injured you in the first place, right? So I am hoping the best for him. I absolutely hope that he'll find his own happiness along the way. And that just serves as a reminder that just because content creation looks like you're just having fun all the time and play video games all the time doesn't mean it's easy at all. It doesn't mean it's for everybody. And that just because it looks like nothing but good things from the outside, nothing but fun and entertainment and having friends and hanging out, doing collabs and shit, doesn't mean that there are a lot of challenges lurking around in the shadows for the unexpected, right? Like, even doing it at an indie level with zero obligations to do anything, any possible expectations, it can still be hard because of what you are trying to achieve on your own end and for your own standards and for your own ambitions. Good to hear you're doing well. Yeah, on my end, I'm doing all right. On my end, I am pretty okay. I would like my work to be less busy for more pay, but who doesn't, right? And the fact of the matter is, my boss has been very, very good about making sure that we only do 8 hours of work a day, a standard shift. Overtime, unfortunately, tends to go up upstairs. So if I get promoted, I imagine I won't be able to stream much anymore because I'll just be flat out too busy. Putting out fires in this industry, there's always a fire to put out. It is what it is. I won't lie though. If I submit an application to Hololive or Niji Sanji and they say yes, I will take it. I think I can hack it. I'm not saying that I'm a particularly good singer, or that I have a particularly good voice, or even that my audience interaction, I do as well as I can to entertain you guys, alright? And I'm fully cognizant of where my limitations are, despite that. Where my personality flaws tend to be when trying to do content creation and audience interactions. A lot of the reason why I'm doing weekly Zatsudan now is to address that, is to shore up my known weaknesses, right? But if they do give me a chance, I'll take it, because I want to be able to do that full time. I want to be able to commit to content creation full time if I can afford to. I just can't afford to right now. But it would take something of that level, right? It would take like a major industry pickup for me to consider it, because I'm not interested in potentially a lot less pay and a lot more headaches for a smaller agency that I can't fully trust because they don't have enough of a reputation to worry about risking it with bad deals with the talent, right? That happens a lot at VTuber as well. We have seen a lot of agencies in the last 2 years go up and go down. And when they go down, they tend to crash and burn. So it's either has to be one of the two major agencies, or it has to be somebody whose project I really, really believe in and want to help, right? Like, there was this English language Taiwanese agency that I saw shopping around for a while, and they're still doing stuff, and their talents are doing okay. And if I were to, if they were to be looking for male talents, I might give it a shot, just because I believe in giving my fellow Taiwanese folks a leg up in this industry, right? And I do think that the way I approach content, the way I think about content, is different enough from a bunch of like Generation Z folks who have very little life experiences in this particular market that I may be able to contribute value outside of the standard content set, right? Being older has its benefits, you know? You survive a lot more drama. You become a lot more blasé about the stuff that seems so important at a time, but now you realize, well, it's gonna suck, but we'll survive it. We'll just have to do it again next time in like a few years. Because we did it before, and we did it before the time before that. Perspective is important. That's what I'm trying to say. Perspective is important, and you can't really get perspective without experience. What else? Oh, speaking of surviving things over and over again, it looks like we're gonna have to find a new social media outlet to survive on as well. Because what the shit, Elon? Elon just declared today that he's going to be rebranding Twitter to X. If you know the history behind Elon wanting a company named X, you're groaning into your palms already. Because he tried to rename PayPal X at one point and got his ass booted by the board of directors. Only he is the sole owner of Twitter now, so there is no board of directors to keep him from doing an incredibly stupid idea. And this is on top of Twitter servers generally melting down, cutting into how many DMs you can send out a day, making collabs really hard for VTubers, by the way. Make you, let's see, what else? Make you pay for TweetDeck access, which is really gonna kill me once they shut it down in like a couple more weeks. God, fuck that. The unfortunate fact of it, however, is that the replacements are currently no good. Either they are a really good platform that's really heavily underutilized because they don't have the staff or the resources in terms of sheer money to keep up, like co-host. Or they're basically another fucking billionaire messing around with Threads. And like Mark Zuckerberg, who has, well, I have plenty of reasons to despise. Mark Zuckerberg was directly culpable for the collapse of the news industry during 2016 that we're still recovering from. Mostly by lying about how much traffic that Facebook video was actually getting. And I'm pretty sure I don't trust any Facebook stats now these days because of him. But yeah, we'll survive. It's just social media in the end. When we have all collectively decided where we're going to let our most inane thoughts go out in public, that's where everybody else will be, right? And in the meantime, we're on Discord and we'll be networking through Discord. Yep. But honestly, all of that doesn't matter. I am just looking forward to Evo. I am looking forward to playing some video games in the hot, dry Nevada desert, and I may or may not also look into, some there are other recreational activities that have been recently legalized, just out of curiosity. It's been a while since I did any. But mostly for the video games. I'm probably going to have to reach out to a few VTubers to see if there's anything going on that side of things, just to see if we can get like a dinner together and meet each other, stuff like that. And compete. In fact, that if it isn't going to be immediately obvious, next 2 weeks worth of content when I do stream, yeah, Rashid is coming out. Rashid, in fact, I believe is coming out tomorrow. So I'm probably going to spend a lot of time practicing Street Fighter and practicing Rashid in particular, because he looks like a lot of fun. Those aerial juggles look intensely exciting. And since I have put down a ludicrous amount of money for Junk Food Arcade's Evo Edition 2023 Snackbox Micros, I will be fully committing to using only leverless controls preparing for Evo. Thank God, because I hate using stick. I did also try controller for Idol Showdown. but I have a little trouble with that, right? Um, some things are easier on controller, with the D-pad in particular, but I find that D-pad's a little too sensitive to still more sensitive than leverless controls or keyboard controls for like up directional inputs. So I think I'm going to be like, I think I'm in a pretty good place overall. Go beat Justin Wong Evil. God, can you imagine? Look, if I can beat Justin Wong, I'm going to be talking about advertisers, man. I'm going to be talking about sponsorships. I have the next hot thing in virtual fighting games, in VTuber fighting games. Give me a shot, you know, if that's even possible, if that is even remotely possible. But hey, who knows? Rashid is going to be X Factor. He is unknown. People will be practicing for him, but they won't have a canonical approach to him yet. Very little about him will be fully optimized by Evo, which works both ways. Rashid players will not be very good yet, but they will be abusing the shit out of what they can figure out. The fact that his eagle dive, for instance, is plus on block is amazing. And you will be able to rip through a lot of newbies that way, because they will not be fully prepared for the shenanigans that he's allowed to do. I really want to see what he can cancel into for drive impact and drive rush in particular, because they will also be simplifying the drive rush inputs to be a 2-button input, very similar to how Guilty Gear does roaming cancels. And if I can do a drive rush cancel using my Guilty Gear like habits, that's even better. You know, that's even better. That means that I have a lot of shenanigans that I have already drilled my muscles into doing. That can apply to both games. I will say, absolutely, playing both games has unlocked new nuances to my overall gameplay. I'm a much better Guilty Gear Strive player now because I've been playing a lot of Street Fighter, right? That's how it works for us. It turns out that decontextualizing certain habits makes them a lot easier to appreciate and spot, and therefore fix along the way. So yeah, that'll be fun. I'm also planning to eat a lot. It's Vegas. I have Keith Lee's a webpage that's been tracking Keith Lee's reviews from TikTok. Bookmarked and accessible. Yeah, the Keith Lee food review list. Literally KeithLeeFood.com. It just tracks all the reviews that he's been doing. Ooh, he did a review of A5C recently. Well, that's excellent. Highest rating a 9. That's how we do it, baby. Keith Lee gave A5C Bakery a 9. Hell yeah! Shout out to Taiwanese bakeries. Although I've already eaten a whole bunch of A5C, so I don't need to worry about that. But yeah, absolutely, I plan to do a little bit of food tourism while I'm out in Nevada, and take a lot of pictures along the way. Do my own follow-up review on Keith Lee, simply because it is Evo and we're in town, and therefore we can. And honestly, I'm excited. I have been eating nothing but low-carb stuff for so many straight weeks. I'm almost down another 10 pounds, which is fucking amazing. A 10-pound rate a month is fucking amazing. And there's just so much I want to try. There's so many cuisines I want to try, so many ethnicities that I have never given a chance to before. I just want to give a shot to, you know. God. I'm so hungry. Let me take another few bites. Hold on. Yep. Spicy marinated pork over vegetables. I suspect the marinade has some carbs in it, but it's only very little. The pork is really fattening, and of course the vegetables have all the fibers I need. A complete meal. That's better. That's better. Where was I? Right, food. Las Vegas. Food tourism. Playing some FGC. Hopefully meet some folks. I know that my old coworkers will probably be in town because they always go for the Sony stuff. It's just business related for them. My current coworkers do not. Which is a little unfortunate because there is a lot of overlap with my current industry and what I was doing before, actually. So it's kind of sad that there isn't a whole lot of presence at Evo. But that's alright. It is what it is. Speaking of which, though, right, I think I mentioned it previously. Did I? My brain's all fuzzy. But yeah, the week of Evo, don't expect any streams. But today, I will probably be going back to Twitch after this. It won't be a very long vlog, Zatsu today, because frankly, there isn't that much to talk about. I've just been busy working or preparing for Evo. No stories. Oh, no. There is one side story. It's not a very long one. A major Texas marketplace opened up near me. I won't mention which one, so it doesn't make it easier to dox. But a major chain opened up near me, and again, just like they opened up about 20 miles to whichever direction. Let's not make it too easy for others to stalk me. But they opened one not too long ago in the same general area, in the general metropolis area. They opened one a lot closer to me now, and it's still completely jam-packed in traffic. They have cops out there to handle traffic because it's that damn popular. But you know what it is? You know what it is? It's a glorified Walmart. They have name brand items. They're pretty good quality for what they are, just like Costco's Kirkland stuff. But it's just a Costco. It's so damn popular. There's other stores like it around here. I don't get it. Maybe it's a Texas thing. Maybe it's because they legitimately find it that hard to find certain Texas-specific cuisine, like barbecue kits, which I have seen nothing that I can't find in California. Maybe it's the pecan pie, which you can also find in California. Maybe it's, I don't know, honestly. It's absurd that it's so popular. I haven't found anything in that store that I haven't found in Target or Walmart for similar price. No, see, that's the thing about Costco, right? Costco's free samples are awesome. This place does do free samples too, but it's not that amazing. It's not so amazing as to be worth all the traffic. It's bizarre to me, the face of Texas consumerism, right? If a Costco opens up in California, nobody's gonna be making that much of a deal. If it was a truly ethnic store, if it was a major Indian supermarket, where there are legitimately stuff that you cannot find shopping around in Safeway or shopping around Albertson or shopping around Kroger's, absolutely, I get it. When 99 Ranch opened up, I was nearby. I was absolutely delighted to go because it could be I could pick up some of the herbs I wanted to get and some of the Asian only brands I wanted to get my hands on. Right. It also meant that they actually had full shelves of Samyang Bodak spicy noodles, right? Which is really hard to find elsewhere. But there's nothing in these regional Texas franchises that you can't find elsewhere, except for maybe a few specialty beers, right? And that's just disappointing to me. I was expecting some kind of hoopla. Now, it is good that they have some barbecue stuff, just easy to buy. But it's not particularly good barbecue stuff. If you really want true representation of Texas barbecue, you should really be going to an independently owned smokehouse. Not a chain. There are a couple decent chains, but the chains cannot have more than 3 restaurants max before the quality seems to degrade. There's this relatively popular one. Let me see what it's called. It was, let's see. Near me. I think it was called a Hard 8. Yeah, it was Hard 8. Hard 8 is a relatively well-known like Texas chain, and they suck. Hard 8 Pit Barbecue sucks. Their brisket is flavorless. It's like fucking sawdust. Compared to anybody else, where the seasoning for the brisket, the cook time for it, makes it delightfully moist, falls apart, and just intensely flavored. Especially like much better salted. Oh, so good. Oh, so good. I was a convert the day I learned about like Texas beef briskets. Okay, like, okay, I get it. I get why you're so damn proud of your barbecue, even though your use of mustard is inferior to like the Carolinas, and your pork is inferior to like literally everybody else that does smoked barbecue. But your brisket is fucking worth visiting the state for, at least once, to have proper Texas brisket and beef ribs. But damn, your chains fucking suck. And so does the brisket coming from the new place in town, right? I don't get it. I really don't get it. They have good shit in the state. It's just buried all under. It just, you have to really dig for it. But yeah. I'll be going off to my Twitch channel soon to practice on Street Fighter. I'll be eating the rest of this dinner first because I am still very, very hungry. And yeah, this week's schedule will be to practice fighting games until Evo, and then next week, the week after that, will be all Evo. Basically, I'll be offline except for preparing for Evo. Although, if any folks want me to collab or anything along the way, of course I'm open for that. But for my personal schedule stuff, I'm just gonna be focusing on getting ready for Vegas, and then I'll hopefully put out a bunch of shorts out from Vegas just to keep this channel alive, you know. But yeah, that means I will not see you next week. I'll probably be only seeing you in the form of short videos, YouTube shorts, basically, from Vegas the weekend after. But other than that, yeah, thank you for hanging out, DG. I will see you later on Twitch, probably around 8 o'clock, I think, as I finish up dinner and do some other chores. And we'll be playing some Street Fighter 6. As always, my friends, eat well.